Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going over the trades I took today. So this will just be another trade recap. We took two trades today, both break even. I did end the day with like a $50 loss, I think, and because I cut my trade short, which ended break even regardless. I'll go over exactly kind of why I exited early. I'll just explain it all, obviously, as you guys know. But honestly, let's just jump right into the trades. Took two trades today trying to go short. Both were the exact same trades, just different entries. Basically, first trade got break even. Second trade was a re-entry. It was still a valid trade. Drawn liquidity was correct. Everything basically was correct. Just got out of break even, so no big deal. AM session wasn't too great, but it wasn't horrible. Anyways, let's just go over this. So basically, coming into today's session, I was a bit more, I had a feeling the drawn liquidity was a bit higher, but I also was a bit bearish at the same time. Why was that? We inversed this 4-hour fair value gap here. So that was one indicator telling me, okay, so this 4-hour has been inversed. We could potentially look for shorting positions. Coming to the 1-hour, the 1-hour time frame did inverse both of these fair value gaps here. So I was like, okay, well, we have this hourly fair value gap up here. We could potentially react off of this 1 hour. Once price came up, swept these highs here, at the time we actually had SMT. So we were here, we had SMT with which this is London and Asia high. So we had SMT with these highs here. So I was like, okay, well, I think that we're going to go lower. We have an unfilled 15-minute fair value gap here, and then a few unfilled 5 minutes. So this unfilled 5 right here. And I took my trade. My first trade was taken from this 1 minute inverse fair value gap. And the reason why I took this was because this was a balanced price range. We came down, we came up, inversed this bearish fair value gap, and then we rebalanced and inversed this bullish fair value gap. Now, if this was truly bullish, we should have respected this balanced price range and continued going higher, which we did not. So I entered. This was the very first trade. Entered right here, stop loss at the high, and then break even. Obviously after the internal's been taken, and then take profit 2 at the 1 to 2 all the way to the 15-minute unfilled. And as you can see, price rips down, hits the 5-minute fair value gap, comes back up, and takes us out at break even. So that's trade number 1. Now trade number 2 is the same variation of this trade, but we inverse this 5-minute. So my full drawn liquidity is this 15-minute fair value gap. If we go lower than that, great. If we don't, that's my drawn liquidity. So I was interested in taking a short off of this 5-minute. Basically, we did come down, inverse the 5-minute. I entered off of this. Take profit was our stop loss at the high, take profit, la-di-da-di-da, all the way down there. And then as you guys can see, price comes back up, gives us a horrible reaction, and funny enough, we actually had SMT here. So we created this SMT, created this 5-minute, and then we inversed this 5-minute. So this is where I was like, okay, this trade's still valid. It's obviously being saved. And this is why I exited the trade early, was because we had a horrible reaction. Like you guys can see, the reaction off of this inverse fair value gap here was so choppy and slow. And I just honestly didn't feel comfortable sitting in this, because I was like, if this was truly a winning trade, this should continue lower. This should go to the drawn liquidity. And as you guys can see clearly, it was not. It was just kind of chopping. So I hopped out of the trade for that small $50 loss. And then that draw actually does get hit at some point. And then we had a beautiful PM session long from that 15. And price just continued soaring higher. So not going to complain about today whatsoever, because these are the trades that I always want to see, right? We're in a higher time for fair value gap. We swept higher time frame liquidity. We have SMT on the higher time frame. We have unfilled fair value gaps below. These are the trades I'm open to take. A+ setups. I'm totally cool with these. just price action wasn't really ideal today. So, I mean, there's not much you can do about that. But anyways, guys, super happy with how this week's going so far. Hopefully we can continue this week as green. Anyways, if you like these videos, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button. And if you guys want to join the free Discord, link will be in the description, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.